Do you feel anxious and nervous before you go to your ballet class? Do you feel like your teacher is not really giving the students constructive criticism, but instead is just throwing around insults? Do you feel bad about yourself after you leave the ballet class? If your response is yes to any of these, then I want you to know that it doesn't have to be this way. And today I'm going to share with you 10 signs that you are indeed in a toxic ballet environment. The first sign that you're a part of a toxic ballet environment is when corrections only come in the form of insults, whether that be actual shaming or just really sarcastic type corrections. So this stems from the idea that a lot of ballet teachers, unfortunately, still now in 2025, think that the only way they can get their students to actually improve is to kind of be horrible to them so that they would feel horrible about themselves and therefore work harder to actually want to improve. Now, I don't even need to sit here and tell you that this idea is incredibly outdated. Of course, corrections are necessary in ballet. Corrections is the only way that you are going to get better. That is a fact. But those corrections only need to come in the form of constructive criticism, teaching and telling students how to actually improve, explain why things are the way that they are, but it should never ever come in the form of shaming or in the form of any type of sarcastic comments whatsoever. If you feel like your teacher is incapable of giving constructive criticism, and if every single class you leave feeling really down and really bad about yourself, then perhaps it is time to, if possible, change the environment. The second sign is fear-based dancing. So it means that you and your fellow students are dancing better out of fear rather than out of joy. It kind of touches upon what we already spoke about, but a ballet class is supposed to make you feel good at the end of the day. Yes, it is hard work, but you're supposed to love it. Now, it would be really nice if you left that class tired, but if you left that class with a smile. Now, if you and your fellow students feel like you're dancing better only because you know that if you don't, then you're going to get a massive yelling session from your teacher, then yet again, there is something deeply wrong with your environment. Ballet is supposed to lift you up, not stomp you into the ground. The third sign is body policing. So a teacher who would constantly be making comments about the student's weight or how the students look, and then also at the same time using those negative comments as a means of motivation. So first of all, there is a difference here. If we are in a non-professional environment, then the teacher has absolutely no place under any circumstances really to be commenting on their students' weight. When it comes to professional environments, it is slightly different, but we're not going to dive too deep into that today. Unfortunately, most ballet teachers don't have a clue about nutrition, and unfortunately, most of them also don't have a clue about how their comments about a student's body could really negatively impact that student. And this doesn't just go for children, this also goes for adults. So if you are a teacher in a professional environment and you see that a student is either really rapidly losing weight or really rapidly gaining weight, then your job is to take that student to a professional. It is not your place to start making negative comments to that student because, like I said, you have absolutely zero idea on how those comments are going to affect that student. Weight is a very sensitive topic for both children and adults, obviously more for children, but also for adults. Let's not forget, we're not made out of steel just because we grew up a little bit. So if you're in a non-professional environment as a teacher, you have no place to make any comments of that regard whatsoever, because the students are not striving to be professionals. Just let them dance, teach them proper technique, teach them proper mindset. Do not speak about their weight. If you're in a professional environment and you see a problem, then take that student to a specialist who can handle the situation correctly. Sign number 4, unhealthy attitude towards rest and injuries. Again, unfortunately, it always makes me so sad to say that we're sat here in 2025, almost 2026, and we're still dealing with these issues. There are so many ballet teachers out there that promote this mindset that rest is for the weak. If you're resting, it must mean that you're lazy, or that if something is hurting and you kind of want to sit down because you know that it's a bad pain, then they make you feel bad for it, because again, they just think that you're being lazy and you need to push through the pain. It is your job, especially as an adult already, someone who's over 18, but also we need to train this for children as well. It is your job to really learn already from a young age to understand your body. Your body needs to rest. Your body cannot work 7 days a week. Maybe you can do it for a short period of time, but then it's eventually going to lead to burnout. In all the cases, yeah? We're talking about really hardcore physical work, which is ballet. Now, if you're in a ballet class where a teacher is making you feel bad about understanding the importance of resting and how vital it is to your well-being in general, but also your well-being as a dancer, or if the teacher is criticizing you and making you feel really, really bad if you have a pain and you want to manage that pain before it becomes a serious injury, then once again, it is a sign that you are in a bad ballet environment. The 5th sign is favoritism. So once again, something that is really common in all ballet environments, when there are certain students that get all the attention and all the opportunities and other students are completely neglected. That is yet again a sign of a bad ballet teacher, unfortunately, because technically that teacher is taking the easy way out. They're using the easy route, because if you have your favorite students, usually those would be the students that are naturally more gifted, they're faster at picking up things, they have good physical facilities, etc. So you don't have to work with them that much. Yet the students that get neglected are usually the ones that are a little bit slower, they need a little bit more time, perhaps they don't have the best natural facilities, and perhaps they're also not naturally as musical or as artistic as some of the favorite students. Your job as a ballet teacher is to understand that every single one of those students is an individual, and every single one of those students may need a slightly different approach. If you, as a teacher, do not have the patience for that, and you would rather cast one group aside and just deal with the group that is faster at picking up things and is naturally more gifted, then once again, you have no place as a teacher in a ballet studio. Sign number 6, pain is praised. Touching upon something that we already spoke about before, but in this case, it's like if your students are in a lot of pain, then that means that your students are really, really committed. So yet again, because we're talking about ballet, obviously there is going to be some discomfort. Obviously there's going to be muscle soreness. Obviously at some point a student may be close to potentially getting a bad injury, because we're doing work that is so physically demanding and so abnormal in a sense, because everything that we do is in turnout. So some type of discomfort and muscle soreness and achy toes and achy body parts, yes, that is normal. But if you're in a ballet class where bad pain and pushing through that bad pain until the point that you cannot do it anymore gets labeled as commitment, then once again, this is a sign for you, dancers, that you are in a toxic ballet environment. Sign number 7, public humiliation. Something that a lot of ballet teachers unfortunately still love doing. So they take a student in front of the classroom and they start mocking that student's technique or their body or something that they asked out loud in front of the whole classroom. If you are a good ballet teacher, then you are going to understand immediately that doing something like that is absolutely off limits. You can always correct, and if you want to say something that is very personalized, then you are going to take that student and you are going to have a constructive conversation with that student after the class when nobody else is around. That is something that you never do, especially in a mocking tone in front of the whole classroom. You should never ever have to go through anything like that. Sign number 8, competition over community. Now, this is a really bad one. It's when a teacher or multiple teachers, if we're talking about a bigger ballet school perhaps, pit the students against one another. A strong community in ballet and friendships within that community are so important because you're doing something really, really difficult, but you're doing it all together. So inside that community, the students are supposed to support one another. And if someone that has more experience, and in case of children is older than the children, in case of adults, perhaps is not older, but still has more experience. And if that person, for some reason, decides that it is okay to pit the students within that community against one another, then I'm at a loss for words. Sign number 9, retaliation for speaking up about issues. Again, this is a really bad one. So if a student is going to receive any type of cold treatment or fewer roles because they decided to do the worst thing in the world, which is to bring up an issue that is clearly important. Now, it is inevitable that in ballet environments, like in any other types of environments, there are going to be issues, and the students always have the right to bring up those issues. Now, if you have brought up an issue and all of a sudden you do get either the cold treatment or you start receiving 0 roles, then you know that obviously you hit a nerve for those people and they were not able to handle it like normal, mature adults. They took it personally and then they decided to do the worst possible thing that they could do, which is to directly take it out on you. And sign number 10, only tricks are valued. So forget about artistry, forget about musicality, forget about nice, solid, clean looking lines. No, it's only about how many turns you can do, how high you can lift your legs, how high can you jump, and that's it. So if you know me, you know from all my other videos, I deeply value artistry because that's what ballet is about, yeah? Obviously, we have the perfect dancer if we have incredible technique put together with incredible artistry. That is the ultimate artist. That is the ultimate ballet dancer. But if you are in a classroom where you only get praise for doing 5 pirouettes, even though those 5 pirouettes may have not been the best placed pirouettes, or if you can lift your leg really high, but again, it may not be the best placed leg lift in the world, but it doesn't matter because it was really high, then once again, you know that you are not really in the right environment because you're supposed to be praising good and solid technique, you're supposed to praise musicality, and you're supposed to praise artistry. There is no dancer ever without the musicality and without the artistry. I don't care how many pirouettes you can do. The number of the pirouettes that you can do does not determine how good of a dancer you are. Now, you know the 10 signs. If you are someone that is a part of a toxic ballet environment, then I want to say again, as I said in the beginning, that it does not have to be this way. There are also really, really wonderful teachers and really wonderful communities out there as well. So if you feel like every single time you go to class, you feel bad about yourself, you feel nervous in a bad way, you constantly feel like you're not good enough, teacher is screaming at you, your teacher doesn't let you modify things, your teacher doesn't understand the importance of listening to your body, your teacher has their favorites, then if possible, I can guarantee you that you can find a better ballet environment. I want you to really, really love and enjoy your ballet journey and not eventually come out of it being like, oh my God, that was kind of terrible. Like, I enjoy the movement, but in general, I didn't feel good in that environment. You don't deserve that. And a little side note as well, if you want 14 healthy and constructive ways on how to improve your ballet mindset and how to improve your ballet technique, then comment 14 in the comments below and I will send it right over to you completely for free. I am really determined to help as many dancers out there that I possibly can. I want all of you to be healthy. I want all of you to love ballet and I want all of you to succeed. So if you're interested, don't forget to drop number 14 in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, you found it useful, then don't forget to support the channel by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel as well, and turn on your notification bell so that you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon.